CUET mess? Well, it was a year of discrepancies last year, remember, when multiple deadlines were missed. And today, June 30th, was a key deadline as far as the CUET results were concerned, because the answer key, the provisional answer key, was supposed to be released by the National Testing Agency today. But it has not released the answer key, and what we are getting to know via sources is that the answer key is likely to be released in the next 3 or 4 days. The National Testing Agency, in fact, sources within the testing body say that the delay is because the testing agency is aiming to release an error-free answer key. Remember, it's going to take another week after the answer key is released for the testing agency to come out with the final result. Of course, the agency also points out that domain experts and subject experts will, in a sense, also look at all the objections raised by the students once the provisional answer key is released, and the final answer key and the final result will be based on all those observations by subject experts. But the fact of the matter is, as the results are being delayed even further, 9 lakh students who appeared for CUET are left in the lurch. Remember, this is a key undergraduate examination for various government universities across the country. What does it really mean? Why is the government taking so much time? What are students facing as far as this entire mess is concerned? Joining me this evening, Vrinda Swaroop, former Education Secretary, Government of India, an articulate voice on this entire issue. Madhulika Joshi, CUET candidate, is also with us. She appeared for the 2024 UG CUET. Thanks very much, Madhulika, for being with us. Yashi Singh, who is another CUET candidate, is also on the broadcast. Thanks all very much for joining us on this very special discussion. Going across to you first, Madhulika. You know, the results are being delayed almost indefinitely. The answer key was supposed to be released today, but that has not happened. Sources indicate that it's going to take another week perhaps for the National Testing Agency to release the answer key. You know, give us a sense of the kind of anxiety that the students have to face because of this.
Actually, we are very frustrated because we have given the exam more than a month ago, and the fact that we don't even have an answer key yet is really concerning, because we have given our full efforts to preparation of this exam, and then we go to the examination centers hoping to just sit down and give a just and free exam, right? And when we give the exam, we don't think that the organization will do anything from their behalf to blunder the exam or screw up the exam. We are not saying that they have done anything so, but we definitely see that they have not released the answer key, which was expected in, first of all, in the first week of June itself. But now on 30th June is basically ending today, and yes, we have still not got the answer key. And that's really concerning because our results were due today and we haven't got the results, we haven't got the answer key, and we are in a state of panic, frustration. There's a lot of emotions coursing through us, and definitely the worry is like, it's just getting to us now, because we are basically on our nerves. We are always worried for the examination, because this is our final examination, and yes, this is how we're going to get our college, and the whole professional life ahead will be decided through this examination. So it's a lot of responsibility for an organization, and to keep the students waiting is really aggravating.
It is indeed very frustrating, as you're pointing out, Madhulika, and of course this is a key examination. I mean, it decides your the fate of your career. But Yashi Singh, come in on this, because you know, while we are talking about government universities, you know, students are also now forced to apply to private universities. In fact, I've spoken to many candidates myself, and they say that they are either, you know, they're only left with the choice of applying to a private university and then ultimately either letting go of the admission fee or the seat, because you've paid that much money to reserve your seat at a private university. So it's really a lot of confusion and chaos because of the delay in the results.
Yes, sir, exactly. I totally agree with you. And in fact, with the hue and cry which has been created due to examinations, not only just CUET, UG, but also UGC NET, NEET examination, there has been a sense of you know, disconnect which the students feel, that they do not get that surety from the side of the bodies, from the side of the government bodies which have been conducting these examinations for years now. And therefore, I feel that it's time that people have started also taking, you know, private universities as a side not only as a side path, but they are also being forced to choose that. And it is a failure on the side of the bodies that have been conducting these examinations, that over more than 24 lakh students are giving these examinations throughout the country, and their trust, their belief has been shaken immensely due to the mismanagement that has been happening over the past year. And also, many have the privilege to choose those private universities, but many still lack that privilege, and they are forced to take a drop maybe, or they are not getting that opportunity. So it also creates a sense of imbalance between people, between the students. The opportunities that they should have been getting, they're not being able to get those opportunities. And this has actually created a huge hue and cry between the youth, between the people and their future.
That's very well put, Yashi. And as you say that, only a few students have that privilege to actually sort of apply to a private university. And Vrinda Swaroop, come in on this, because why the concept of CUET was introduced a couple of years back was to sort of give students a level playing field, because there was this sense that there are many state boards that have a different mechanism of evaluation entirely, and sort of those imbalances in the entire evaluation system, in the entire admission process, were to be omitted. But what we are seeing in the past year or so, even last year, we saw multiple irregularities and discrepancies as far as the CUET exam was concerned. Even this year, the delays sort of continue indefinitely almost. What is really the solution? As we've discussed in the past couple of weeks, Vrindaji, that there needs to be some sort of decentralization, some sort of an overhaul of the entire process, how we are holding key examinations in the country.
So in this exam is largely as an entrance to central universities.
Yes.
And as you rightly said, there is a uneven position as far as state boards are concerned. Some are notoriously lenient, and some, of course, maintain their integrity and standards. And what is that this has come about even despite the country having a national curricular framework for a very long time. So that was the effort at standardization. But still, it has forced a position where you are having uneven results, and therefore you have an entrance exam, which is a double burden for students who just complete their school leaving and then have to get into this. So, but having said that, I think 2-3 points we need to bear in mind. One, I think NTA has communicated, what I can see from your presentation is that the NTA has communicated that there would be a 2-3-4 day delay. So I would be patient if I was a student, because it's better to have a verified result than to rush into something which will go into a spin again. The second point is that you have a 2-step process in declaring this result. They do, as you said, declare an answer key, and then students and curriculum makers have a chance of responding to settle some of those questions which might have answers which may not be exactly what the answer key is publishing. So I think that's a good step, because that helps to even out the anxieties which students might have on the answers.
Right.
And finally, I think it is not such a high stake exam as those professional entrance exams are.
Absolutely.
This is for central universities which are all over the country but are limited in number. So you will have people competing for this, which will be for liberal arts, for science, for etc. And it's not such a high stake. And I think at this point I would advise that it's better to be patient for 3-4 days if that's what NTA has announced.
That's an important point you're making.
But last but not the least,
that one cannot compare it with the other competitive exams.
Yeah, but NTA, as the young friend just said, NTA has come up for questioning, because of the last
Yes.
few weeks. It's been in the news for the wrong reasons. NTA needs to make doubly sure, and I'm sure the delay is because of that,
Yes.
to make very sure that what they declare is authentic, foolproof, verified.
In fact, that is what sources seem to suggest as well, that they want to release an error-free answer key, which is why the delay. But Madhulika, what would be your response to what Vrinda ma'am is saying, that, this is something that that one needs to be patient about. There has been a delay for sure, but rather than a situation where you have the testing agency cancelling the whole process or coming out with multiple answer keys, it's better that the testing agency perhaps takes some more time and releases an error-free answer key. So, Vrinda ma'am seems to suggest that this is the time to be patient.
Yes, exactly. I agree with that this is the time to be patient. But we have already been waiting for this answer key. And in fact, the conditions in which the exam had already been conducted is also very questionable in the first place. So even if the answer key is in fact correct, then even the students, I myself faced a lot of mismanagement of the conduction of the exam itself.
Okay.
So the centers often recorded time loss, and many centers did not record any time loss at all, even though there was time loss. Like in my center, I don't think anybody reported the time loss, or anybody came we did not have in fact this information to who to go to,
Okay.
who do we need to tell if we have time loss. So in that condition, we have given the exam in conditions of heat waves, scorching heat. We did not even have facilities to report if we had in fact got some
Right.
problem
So-
with the environment, right?
So
And
those
even
are
the-
important points you're making, because we saw similar
Yeah.
sort of, irregularities, if one may call that, during the NEET examination as well. In fact, the time loss
Exactly.
was a hugely contentious issue. It was only after that those grace marks were awarded, and then finally a re-examination. But the last word to you, Yashi, as Madhulika is also pointing out, that students who are in your situation are extremely stressed already, given the fact that you also had your board examination and then this entrance examination. So, give us a sense of what you're going through currently, but also what your expectation is of the government, of the testing agency, because ultimately there has to be a trust between the examiners and the examinees as we go forward.
Yeah. Okay. So, first, beginning with the first part of your question, wherein I would also like to reaffirm on what Madhulika just said, that there have been a lot of problems, and not just problems of management which are being faced. The problem that in such scorching heat, the centers that are going are not according to the preference at all. They are extremely far away from places. They do not have basic facilities, and there are 2-hour waiting line. There is a 2 to 3 hours waiting line where
Right.
students need to stand in those. Even before the examination, the admit cards are being launched a night before, even a
Yes.
night before the examination, even in which it is also mentioned that the center might change. So seeing all these things in record, putting all these things into consideration, it is really difficult for students to maintain that trust, to believe that trust. Still there is a sense of balance. There's a sense of hope, because NTA is not a new agency. It has been conducting examinations for years, and we do have that faith. But what the body needs to understand is they have to consider put this into account, that we are students after all.
Yes.
We have our future at stake, and these bodies need to understand that after certain time, the hope and these faith starts to shake off,
Absolutely.
and it can only be rebuilt because we expect a fair result.
Absolutely.
When a fair
That's very
result
well
is
said,
given
Yashi,
to us.
again, that, NTA is not a new agency, though a relatively new agency. But Vrinda Swarup, last 30 seconds to you. How do we sort of reinstate that faith in the testing agency?
I think this is a larger issue, and NTA needs to work. Some of the feedback with these young friends are giving about the organization of the exam.
Right.
I mean, this is the first step. You organize a decent exam. You It's not the scorching heat that they can do anything about.
Yes.
But you know, the intimations, the admit cards, the whole process of building confidence with a stressed out student who's coming to appear.
Yes,
So
that
that's
needs to be
one
more
part.
seamless.
And yeah. Yeah, and the second part, of course, is that they can look at how to conduct this exam in a less pressure cooker atmosphere, because
Yes.
these are exams for a limited number of seats.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to put so much pressure. And as it is, they have faced a board exam and they're quite stressed.
Yes. Thanks all very much for joining us. I'm afraid I'll have to leave it at that. We're running out of time, but thanks so much for joining us with those very important voices there.